Let's now shift focus to the three-member Delimitation Commission on Jammu and Kashmir. And that, in fact, has signed the final order on redrawing the assembly constituencies in the Union Territory. The Commission has proposed increasing the number of seats in the Union Territory from 83 to 90 now. Besides, there are 24 seats in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir that continue to remain vacant. And for the very first time, 9 seats have been proposed for scheduled tribes. The panel has also proposed 6 additional seats for Jammu and 1 for Kashmir. As of now, the Kashmir division has 46 seats and the Jammu division has 37 of those. My colleague and Times Network senior editor Madhav Das explains.
The final signatures have been made, the Gazette notification is out, and it's very, very significant because the number of seats now in the Jammu region goes up from 37 to 43. That's an increase of 6 seats. In Kashmir, the number goes from 46 to 47, and thereby the much talked about concern of disparity in terms of adequate representation of the two regions is something where the gap has now narrowed. But what is also very significant is a number of other things that have also come into place for the first time. For instance, in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, there was never any reservation for scheduled tribes. Now 9 seats have been reserved for scheduled tribes, and of these 9 seats, we understand that about 3 seats will be in the Kashmir Valley. So this is another very, very important step in terms of ensuring adequate representation of various classes and communities that perhaps were not adequately represented before. There is also, of course, a concern of Kashmiri Pandits, and therefore a recommendation has been given by the Delimitation Commission that at least 2 seats should be nominated and should be reserved for Kashmiri Pandits in that sense by the government, and they should be given adequate voting rights as well. And at the same time, the West Pakistan displaced persons from POJK who were also displaced at the time of partition, at the time of independence, is also something that should be considered, and they could also be considered to be nominated by the government. That's a recommendation coming in from the Delimitation Commission as well. So very, very important set of decisions or suggestions that have come in, if I can put it that way, by the Delimitation Commission. And of course, it remains to be seen what really the government does as far as the recommendations of Delimitation Commission are concerned. But as far as redrawing the electoral map is concerned, another very significant point is that as far as parliamentary constituencies is concerned, the Anantnag-Rajouri seat, parliamentary seat, Lok Sabha seat, will be for the first time a seat in J&K that will straddle both the Jammu and the Kashmir regions. So this is something that also talks about balancing out representation of the two regions.
Now, these proposals, however, have sparked a massive political row. Congress, while calling the report a mere hogwash, claimed that it was biased, politically motivated and against the basic norms of delimitation. Meanwhile, the National Conference and voters said that voters will in fact punish BJP for their actions.
देखिए, फाइनल रिकमेंडेशंस जो डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन ने आज सबमिट की है, और हम उन रिकमेंडेशंस को अभी पढ़ रहे हैं कि उनकी इम्प्लिकेशंस क्या रहेंगी इंडिविजुअल असेंबली कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज़ पे। जिस तरीके से जो हमने कंसर्न्स रेज़ किए थे उन पे भी जो है कोई गौर नहीं किया गया है। बस ये बात मैं बताता चलूँ यहाँ पे आपको कि बीजेपी और उनकी प्रॉक्सीज़ उन्होंने बहुत कोशिश की कि अपने तरीके से ये इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज़ के बाउंड्रीज़ बनाने के लिए, लेकिन मुझे और मेरी पार्टी को पूरी उम्मीद है कि जब भी यहाँ पे इलेक्शंस डिक्लेयर होंगे, इनको करारा जवाब हमारा वोटर देगा।
मैं महबूबा मुफ्ती से पूछना चाहूँगा कि भारत की कोई संवैधानिक संस्था, चाहे पार्लियामेंट है, ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट है, डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन है, किसी पर आपको विश्वास है? हर पर आप जो है प्रश्न चिन्ह लगाते हो। क्या जम्मू की अगर 7-6 सीटें बढ़ी हैं तो आपको जो है पेट में दर्द होना शुरू हो गया है? चाहे आप 370 से जोड़ो इसको, चाहे आप बीजेपी के साथ जोड़ो, इस प्रकार की बात जो है आपको कोई भी आज स्वीकार करने के लिए नहीं है जम्मू कश्मीर में।